Yeah, I want to get into a little quick story about something somebody asked me. I'm not going to put too much information out here that's personal, but I did mention that a great grandparent of mine was actually the illegitimate son of a duke in England, and he's actually of Italian heritage, but his father was, the duke, illegitimate, and he actually went for the dukeship after that. So I don't want to say the name because there's only one name in the country like that, and it was Italianized by the family. It's actually the English name, but it was Italianized. But his first name was Evangelista. And what's interesting is he had 7 children by this woman, and one of the children was actually born in London, which I found very interesting. And allegedly it's listed as London, but it was told to me near Big Ben, actually somewhere not far away from Big Ben. The famous clock. His name was Dante, and she actually, after having 7 children, she married a Vesco and had 6 more children, and that is actually partly how. I don't know how well I'm related to this garbage, but it was actually somebody in the family, well, I'll say her first name, Madeline, who used to actually sometimes keep in contact, well, she used to keep in contact with Vesco and sometimes even Robert. If you look up Robert Vesco in Wikipedia, it's that one. But, the name actually, sometimes these things carry a lot of weight, and it doesn't really mean anything because it doesn't make me Karnak the magician where I can understand what's going to happen in the future. But it's a highly interesting story in some ways. I could actually say a few other things out there, but there's a lot of weird shit that's out there that you just wouldn't believe. But does that actually give you inside connections? I'm going to say one thing about inside connections. If you have inside information, you're never going to say it on the internet. The only thing I'm throwing out here is common sense. And I'm sticking purely with what I think. I am not going by these charlatans and fear porn mongers out there and all this other garbage at all. I don't trust the major media, and I don't trust the alternative media at all. But I do think that you should have a good reserve of actual physical assets versus just trust the entire banking system out there. And there is a lot of money out there in certain things I've seen. I don't know why I seem to get into these things like that, but I've always seemed to get in an area that not too many people have seen. And there is a lot of money that some people have that is not listed on Forbes. Way beyond. You can see people that have all this wealth, and they're not listed on Forbes at all. There's plenty of billionaires out there that just don't want to actually know anybody to know their money. Now, I found it funny that I think there was some prince or something of Saudi got pissed off that he got demoted on a Forbes list or something. It was like the total opposite of what most people who have money that I've knew about that they want to be well hidden. They don't want anybody to know. And actually, those kind of people are the last people to give you anything. Believe me, they're the last people. It's like, philanthropy is just a game for it's it's kind of like an image control thing. That's all it is. And there's always a business aspect behind philanthropy, almost all the time. So I just want to throw that out there. It was interesting that Evangelista, that was his name, first name. Anyway, nobody referred to him as Evangelista, but you could tell he was English descent partly because all the Italians were like 5'7", 5'8", or something like that, and he was about 6'4", 6'5", and I don't know why one of the children was born in of the 7 children. I don't know why one of them was born in London, but it's actually, I got the actual documents that show that, and it was not far from Big Ben, and I don't know why that was. So I don't know what him and his wife were doing back there, and whatever, they went back to England or something, and I don't know the deal. But there was always somebody in the family, and she used to contact Vesco's, and supposedly, and I heard this shit for freaking 30 something years, man, and she just died not that long ago, and she supposedly, even talked to Robert sometimes himself. That's what I've been told, and I don't know. There's a lot of shit like that, but I don't want to go into a lot of detail. But that doesn't mean I know something special. It doesn't. It doesn't. But I think I have a very good sense about things when I purely go on my own senses, and of course you just can't go by senses only. You have to look at information. I think I'm highly accurate. I neither trust the major media, nor do I trust the alternative media at all. And if you're in fiscal assets, I think you're in a smart place to be. But just don't go 100% into anything, like I've always been saying. So just want to throw that out there because some people were curious about something I mentioned about something on Ask Garbage before, and I'll figure, maybe they're just going to be more curious of what's going on. But I ain't going to say. I'm not going to say everything.